ladies and gentlemen. A very good afternoon to all your leaders, all our members, and of course the newcomers. First of all, on behalf of the company, I would like to welcome all of you to join us on this VOOV meeting this afternoon. Basically, this afternoon we'll be talking about IM laser, okay? But of course, let me just introduce myself first. For those newcomers, I'm actually your facilitator today, Mr. Andrew, okay? And what we are basically going to do is that we are going to talk about this wonderful 3-in-1 household medical device called IM laser. But before I start off, let me just share with you something. We know that in the 21st century, it's not easy to live in KL cities because of our lifestyle. And let me just share the screen first. A lot of the time, because of our lifestyle, because of our busy daily activities and even stress level and all these things, as a result of that, it actually creates a lot of health issues from us. Okay, and even today, you know, with the busy schedule in the cities, you know, you try to relax yourself, you try to live a good, healthy life, but unfortunately, a lot of the times, circumstances do not allow us to do that, and that is why a lot of the health issue actually actually appeared. Okay, now let me just share with you the top 5 health issue in Malaysia. Okay, there is the 5. Okay, number 1 is actually the chronic coronary heart disease, and of course number 2 is stroke. Stroke is actually quite common in Malaysia, and of course influenza and pneumonia is number 3. Lung disease is actually number 4. Okay, because of the environmental pollution and things like that. And even number 5 is actually the diabetes, because of our food intake. You know, we take a lot of sugars, especially Malaysians. That is actually the top 5 health issues in Malaysia. And of course, let me just ask all of you a question. For those who are here today, are you having the following problems? For example, you always feel fatigued and tired. And even a lot of the times, because of stress and things like that, you feel that you are lack of energy. And some people even having chronic disease such as high blood pressure, diabetes, kidney problem, strokes. And of course, are you overweight? You know, taking a lot of oily food, fried food. As a result, you are overweight. And of course, are you also having poor immune system? And even those youngsters, are you having poor lifestyle? Meaning that, what do you mean by poor lifestyle? Meaning that you smoke a lot, you sleep late at night, and you even drink a lot, alcohol drinks. And if you do have all these problems that you are facing now in the 21st century, now, what should you do to actually rectify all these problems? Now, what you can do is that you can exercise regularly, or even drink sufficient water, drink clean water and sufficient water every day. At the same time, change your lifestyle. If you can do all these things, definitely it will help to improve your health condition. But the problem here is while you are staying in the 21st century, do you really have enough time to do exercise every day? Meaning that at least one day do 45 minutes to 1 hour exercise, or even do you have the discipline to drink sufficient water every day? What I meant by sufficient water is that at least you drink 2 liters and above clean water every day. And if require you to change your lifestyle, can you actually do that? Even though if you can do all these things, it does not guarantee you to have a healthy body. Why? Because of you are still exposed to a lot of environmental pollution, even handphones that you're using every day. So it does not guarantee you to have a good health, even if you do all these things. Now, if you do have this problem, don't worry. Why? Because IM laser actually can helps you to deal with all these health issues. Now, to explain to you what is IM laser all about, today we have a very special guest with us. His name is Billy Singh. He is actually our Diamond Direct, and he owns a few pharmacies. He is a pharmacist himself. And today he is going to share with us what is this IM laser all about and how it can help to resolve all the issues that I mentioned to you just now. Yeah, Billy, are you here now?
Oh, yes, Andrew.
Yes.
Thank you for the introduction.
So I will pass the thing to you, Lor. Yeah.
Okay.
Let's welcome Billy Sima to share with us.
Okay. All right. Okay. Yeah. Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen, all our Ventros friends. Yeah, new and old. Yeah, I am Billy Sim from Simple. Yeah, so easy to remember. I'm a pharmacist by profession. I, in fact, introduced a number of innovative products into Malaysia when I was working. So here I am with IM laser, Ventros IM laser. In fact, I am one of the pharmacists who are very interested to look at new innovative products, things that are relatively new, new inventions as to promote our health to be healthier and better in our life in that sense. Because the motto of my potential is as a health professional, the best thing we could do, irrespective of what we do, is to help others to regain their health and to be a better person in that sense, and never harm them. That's the most important thing. Never harm them. Try to get them to be well, irrespective of whatever ways you can. So here I am. So whatever you do, as I say, it may be something to apply, something for you to eat, or something for you to use. Make sure that whatever you do not create more harm to your body than what you are today. That is the most important motto you must have in your life. So let's start with now talking about the Ventros integrative medical device. Now, first thing I would always say is before you use something, you must study it carefully and thoroughly before you start using it. Because if the thing that you're going to use and you are not familiar and you do not understand the working of the device or the product, it may cause you more harm to your body. So the most important thing that I would want to do before I could use any device at all is to make sure that it has proper endorsement from reliable and can you all hear? Hello, hello, hello.
Yes, can hear.
Oh my God, I thought I'm talking to myself. All this while. Okay, yeah, okay, all right. So so it's very important to make sure that the product that you are going to use have proper endorsement by the relative what they call bodies that are related to that particular device, especially if in this respect is a health product. So you must get the health authorities to endorse it that it is safe for us to use. So here we are in this IM laser. This product has been endorsed by the Ministry of Health Malaysia. Now, if you do not have this endorsement by the Ministry of Health Malaysia, you cannot sell the product in Malaysia. That means to say you are contravening the laws of Malaysia in respect of the medical laws and regulations. So if you do that and you are caught, you probably will be fined 50,000 Malaysian ringgit, right? As you can see, the last few months, we had some of the devices been taken off the market. There's one device who also thought, using headphones to make your health better and that kind of a lot of claims and all that. They have been taken off and banned by the Malaysian government for selling it. So be careful. There are also a lot of products in the market over the years that have been sold, claiming with a lot of things which are over claiming, especially if they are talking about male virility, female beauty. That's the ones that really sell very well because everybody want to be beautiful, want to live long, want to be healthy, and men want to be macho, women want to be sexy and beautiful. So they always put on these effects to in the forefront to be able to sell the products. So what these some of the health products, the especially the herbal stuff, they will put in their products to the Ministry of Health for registration of the medical product, the Ministry Health product. After they have already approved and they got the license, some of them will add in certain poisons. I mean, scheduled poisons means according to the Malaysian pharmacy law, you can only have these ingredients in the product if it is approved by the Ministry of Health and is only can be prescribed by the pharmacists or the doctors themselves. Otherwise, you are not supposed to put in that. And most of the things that they put in usually sildenafil, that is Viagra, generic Viagra. They get it very cheap. So they will first put in a herbal product, say whatever, like ABCD. I don't know the name of the product. It's just ABCD herbal product, very good for health. And then the ministry will approve it, say, okay, everything is fine. They got the certificate endorsement from the Ministry of Health. Then they start adding this sildenafil into their product secretly and then start selling it. So of course, when they go around promoting their multi-level marketing, people will start promoting as fantastic for men. Wow, very good. A lot of Once you take it, you feel like you are flying this and that. Of course, it will help men in their ED. That's for sure because sildenafil Viagra has been endorsed and renowned for the last 20 odd years that it can help ED. People like aged people who are diabetic, who are hypertensive, who are above 50 and all that, they will definitely benefit from this. So they have very good results and they sell very well. Then finally, the government will rate them, check the product again from the market, and then they found that they added in sildenafil, so they will be taken off from the market, and the company will be fined with a certain amount of money, which normally they would already made a few $1 million over the 6 months or 1 year that they've been selling, right? So it's very important to make sure that whatever things that you do, product wise or people that you need to take to apply or to use, that the device is definitely effective and no side effect. So in this case, we are looking at this slide that is in front of you: safe, effective, and no side effects. That is the main thing that you must always look for in a device that you are going to use. And if possible, try to browse the internet, which we have 1.7 over million sites as far as this low laser light therapy is concerned. You can actually find anything that you want to find regarding the LLLT. So then you can understand better. So as far as the Europe Standard Medical Device Class 3R is concerned, this is a very difficult endorsement to get from the European medical authorities. And once they can give you this certificate and classify a class 3R, meaning to say this device can be used in the home. They're small enough for you to move around with it, to take anywhere that you want to go. So this is a home-based medical device. And this product is actually a US product. It's a US patent application been there. So it's just like what I always say, it's just exactly like the iPhone. It is an American product, but made in China. So this is the same, this American product made in China. And this Because made in China is because of the cost of the production, which everybody should understand. In China, the cost of production is much cheaper, and the standard of production in China has improved tremendously over the years. Now, if you look back, say 20, 30 years ago, when I used to go to China very often, I've been there more than 30 times. China is very backward, very, very backward. But now you look in China, since I was there last year, the last trip with my family, they have improved tremendously. In fact, they actually put us to shame that our country, when I first went into China in 1989, they were way backward. Malaysia is to them is like, oh, it's a paradise to them. It is a very advanced country. But looking back now after 30 years, and they have progressed so much, we go there, we are the ones looks like we are backward. So now you don't have to worry about made in China product. Use it with confidence because they has improved tremendously in their technological advancement. So okay. So the other one is ISO 13485. This quality assurance of medical devices normally is given to medical devices that have been confirmed and gone through a lot of clinical tests, a lot of testings have been done in terms of their reliability, their consistency, their efficacy, and also whatever papers, research papers that has submitted has been confirmed by the authorities that it is definitely good. So once you have this ISO 13485, which is very, very hard to achieve and get, you are assured that this product is not to worry. You can use it with absolute confidence, right? So it will definitely fit the medical device requirement. Only then you can get that ISO certificate. Now, this product has gone through 10,000 hours of tests with the coherent wavelength of 650 nanometer light. Why 650 nanometer light? This particular wavelength has been confirmed that it's the most effective and biologically helpful to the human body to be able to revive their system molecularly as well as cellularly to be healthy again. These are MET certificates to prove to you that internationally this certificate has been approved for this particular device, so that you do not have to doubt that whatever you are looking at, this Ventros integrated medical device without. So you can use it with confidence, and it will be definitely be able to uplift your health and make you healthier and stronger and relieve your ailments if you have any. Okay, now next, this is the, sorry, I don't read Chinese, but apparently this Chinese certificate is from the Chinese Academy of Science to endorse
Yes,
the
production
product.
license.
Production. Sorry, I'm a banana, so I do not read Mandarin. He knows me, I don't know him. But that is Andrew. Thank you. Andrew says this is a production license in China, and in China
Medical
I can
device.
only realize medical device production. Okay, now as far as China is concerned, what I realize is because I've been there for more than 30 times, and quite a few times I went there is for actually to start off some business and all that. I've talked to a lot of very top people in China. If you want to do a health product, it is very, very, very difficult and very, very risky, in the sense that if your product cause any harm to any of the users, and somebody happened to die because of your product, you have been a very, very serious problem. That's what they make me to understand. You can do motorcycle, you can do cars, you can do whatever, no problem. But if medical and somebody use it or take it, your medication, and they die, oh sorry, you will be held and you'll be put in jail, and they will drag you through the muds. So as far as the Chinese government is concerned, they are exceptionally very particular about health products. So in our case, to be able to get the certificate of production by the Chinese government to approve you people to produce that, That means you don't have to worry. This product is actually have reached a certain high standard of Chinese scrutiny to make sure that it is safe for the users and their people. So that's how the Chinese government operate. So if you have this to be shown to you, then you don't have to worry. It is definitely good. Okay, next one. Let's see. This is a Malaysian Health Minister of Health Certificate. So if somebody doubts it, you can always show it to them. It is here. The care certificate is also there. So that's most important is already endorsed. So it's not like hearsay that hey, Billy Sim says it's endorsed. Ministry of Health has got a certificate. Not the problem. You start selling, and then in between somebody caught you. You are caught. You taken to court. Then you'll be sued. You at least lose 50,000 for selling this product. So you rest assured, this product has been endorsed by the Ministry of Health, and you can sell it in Malaysia with no worries. Okay. Now, coming back, this device is actually to be able to win the international inventions, the International World Exhibition in Geneva in April 2019. In the health category, this IM laser device won the silver medal. Now, it is not the gold medal, but to even win a medal in a worldwide international exhibition in Geneva, it is really a fantastic endorsement. Like this product has really a pinnacle in terms of their category in the health division. So you, with this endorsement, you can be assured like it's just like you in cars, you go to buy Rolls Royce. You don't go and ask Rolls Royce showroom manager and says is actually this Rolls Royce, is it good? I mean, if you ask that, then you are not fit to be in the showroom in the first place. You should be in something like a Proton Saga or Hyundai showroom to ask that. So if you have this endorsement, you don't have to ask anymore. You just use it with full confidence. Okay? All right. So next slide. Now, NASA. NASA has been using this low light laser therapy since 1980. NASA is a space center for America, and they are the top in terms of technology in America and in the world. Now, for NASA to use this technology, they must be the best, because NASA never use anything that is second best. They only use the best. And why they use this low laser light therapy in NASA in their spaceship to take the astronauts to the space for maybe a few weeks or a month, is because when the astronauts are in the space, they have no time to do exercise and no time to do whatever ergometric exercises and whatever to strengthen their muscles. So their muscles will be drained. You will atrophied, as you say. So they'll be very weak and sick. But they can't perform their duties well in space. And when they're back, they may be thinned down and lose a lot of the muscle. Now they use this low light laser therapy to improve the muscle tonicity and improve the metabolism in the body. It gets circulation to all the body parts in the human body. So when they come back, the astronauts are still healthy. Okay. So why it does that, I will further explain when we come to the intrigues of the low light laser therapy, what it does for you. Now, next slide, please. Then we have, okay, this device, low light laser therapy, actually has been used in the orthopedic department, the physiotherapy department, in the sports department, and even for some surgical departments where they actually revive the muscle and the energy of the patients and the athlete. In this sense, in the Olympics is for the athlete. So when the athlete, especially those marathon runners, they use up a lot of the energy and their muscle will be very sore the next day. And some of them got to rerun the heats after that, the semifinals, the quarterfinals, the semifinals, then the finals. And if they do not use this, the body and the muscles will not be able to hit top pinnacle of their performance. So they got to revive their energy. So this is actually in terms of the production of adenosine triphosphate, which is the energy cells for the athlete and the muscles and the cells. So that's how they use it, is to revive the athlete to their peak performance so that they can perform at their peak when it comes to the finals. Okay, next. All right. Next one, please. Okay. FDA approval. FDA approval, Federal Drug Authorities of America is the authority in terms of medical devices and even for editing medicine that you take. Now, they have approved this use of low light laser therapy since 2001. That was 19 years ago. So, and it also classified this under uh, classified under 3B medical device, means to say that this device is actually effective to treat ailments in the house or wherever it is. It is effective, it is portable, and it is easy to use and no side effect. That's what FDA has actually confirmed and approved it. So when you have an FDA approval for anything that you want to take or to use, then you don't have to worry. It is safe. It is definitely safe now. But of course, if it says then, it may be another 20, 30 years before they discover something that I would not know, right? But at the moment, yeah, it is safe, no side effect. It is very easy to use, and it is effective. Okay. So laser therapy in healthcare, Star, well, Star is our local paper, so you can really check it anytime. But I would say that you can easily browse into the internet. There are 1.7 million sites for you to check. In fact, before I even started using this product, when my upline, Miss Lin Yong, called me in Australia and says, okay, this is a fantastic product, I asked her to post me some of the details of that product. And I sat in my seat for 3 days and 3 nights to understand this particular product. So after going through all whatever I can in the internet, I found that this is a very innovative product, very progressive and very effective, hopefully, because I've not used it yet. It's all theoretical. So I says I must come back and start using it for myself, because as a pharmacist and a very practical pharmacist, I do not recommend anything that I am not sure myself. So the first guinea pig is myself. I must use it myself to prove it that the product actually being claimed to do what it's supposed to do, should do what it is going to do for me first before I recommend it to any of my friends or patients. Because mind you, everyone that I recommended to over the last 6 months that I'm in this business are all known to me. They are friends, they are good customers, they are very prominent people in the country. Some are really very prominent. I wouldn't name who. They are, a lot of them are a lot of top authorities in their particular fields, in medical as well as other fields. Really top people in Malaysia, right? So in order for me to be able to see them and to recommend them as a friend, and to be able to let them use it and they found it good, I must test it thoroughly myself. Okay. Okay, next one. Okay, this is how the wash should be used in the first place. Now you must understand what is this device is all about. It's integrated medical device. So why integrated? When you say integrated, it's the mixture of a few things, right? So in this particular case, it's a mixture of 3 therapy into 1. That means the first one is acupuncture. Acupuncture is actually Chinese therapy, which has been in civilization for more than 5,000 over years. And it has been proven to be very effective and confirmed by the streamlined standard medical people, professionals in the whole world, that acupuncture is definitely a complementary medicine in terms of medical practices is concerned. Now, the latest that I know about this acupuncture therapy is, in fact, way back about 40, 50 years ago when Richard Nixon went to China, they did an operation of the brain on the patient without anesthesia, just using acupuncture, and they operated on the patient. And they did very well. The patient survived. Now, the latest that I know is open heart surgery on patient, and the patient's heart is not stopped. It is working and live, and the patient is talking while the operation is going on. And they do not use anesthesia, because anesthesia, when you use it, the recovery period is very long, much longer. And then the side effect, yeah, some even if you go for surgery, some of the people can't even get past the anesthetic part. They may go into a coma, they may even die. Yeah, just because they're allergic to the gas, laughing gas, nitrous oxide. Not nitric oxide, please. Nitrous oxide. It's called the laughing gas. So sometimes it can be tend to be very bad. Patients can even go into coma because of that if they are not regularly regulated well enough by the anesthesiologist. So in this respect, when you use acupuncture, it is so much safer, no side effect, and the patient recovery rate will improve tremendously. Okay, so that is acupuncture. The second therapy that is here is a low light laser therapy, what they call LLLT, low light laser therapy. Now, the low light laser therapy, you are using laser light at a wavelength of 650 nanometers. Now, when you talk about the wavelength, there are various wavelengths in the rainbow spectrum. It starts from 300, 400, 500. So anything below 700, this visible light do not emit any heat. Anything above 700 will be called infrared. So the infrared are normally used for cooking or used for cutting, or laser to cut, do operation, or to cut even steel and metal to conform to whatever shapes that you want, right? So that produce heat. Okay, and it also, because of the UV light, the lower range of light, it will also cause some cancer of the skin, some deterioration of the skin in terms of eczema, and also other skin condition can be caused by the exposure of UV light, right? UVB light and UV light. So in that respect, we found that scientists have found that 650 nanometer wavelength of light is biologically effective for the human beings to revive their health. And we use this to treat cellularly in terms of this device is concerned. Cellularly means you are treating every individual cells in the body. Now, I will explain why. Now, you're not talking about just treating your head, your hand, your arms, or no, it's the whole body, right? As a fully holistic treatment, the whole body. So this particular device is also have, this is the second one, it's a low light laser therapy. So the next one will be the magnetotherapy. Actually, magnetotherapy has been in practice in Japan. It's Japanese therapy. It has been there for the last few hundred years, right? Even in India, they are been using this magnetotherapy along with the this Ayurvedic treatment, Unani treatment, that kind of thing, for the last few hundred years. So it is very safe and is proven to be effective. So that's why you call it integrative medical device, 3-in-1, right? So you have acupuncture, you have low light laser therapy, and you have magnetic therapy. And this particular device, 3-in-1, is the only available device in the world as of today, right? 3-in-1, nothing short of that. 3-in-1, that's the only one. So if somebody will start, I mean, the guys who are very smart, who look into internet every day, they do online buying and all that, they will tell you, oh, Xiaomi or Alibaba also have this laser light. What's the problem? They only cost me maybe $50 or $100. I can also get the same thing. Probably that one looks even far better than what you have, the Ventros IM laser. Fair enough. But those are not endorsed product, and those are not proven product, and not run through with enough research and papers to find out efficacy, because to be effective, the light must be consistently at 650 nanometer for a certain period of time to be humanly effective for us to use. Now, in order for the LED light you're talking about, you can buy LED lights outside from the your electrical shop spare part for maybe 60 to 70 cents a piece. Now, why don't I just put up 5 or 6 pieces and then shine on my wrist? I will probably save $3,000-4,000, right? But does it help you? So that's very important. Does it help you? Now, so it's important to get a device that's proven to be effective. So how to use this device? First thing, you put it on your left wrist, about 2 fingers width from your wrist, on the inner wrist, strap it up and switch it on. First press on the blue button is give you the time as a watch. Second press, it come up with a default setting that is 30 minutes time and 3 bars intensity. You use it for 30 minutes. You put the nasal line into your nostril. You can either start on the left nostril or the right nostril. After 15 minutes, it will beep. You will change it to the next nostril. Why the nostril? Is because the nostril has a tremendous amount of capillaries. So the radiation of this laser light will be on the blood that's passing through the capillaries, and it will be able to detox the blood and bring oxygen and nutrients to the whole part of the whole body, right? Every part of the whole body, the eyes, ears, everything, right? So it's very important to do that. And moreover, why the left wrist? The left wrist is nearest to the heart. So the blood circulation, the improvement of circulation will be maximized, as well as the flow of blood. The speed of the flow of blood is very high there. So when it shines on the 4 buttons, you can see on the top wrist on your right hand side where the wrist is. This is where the 4 LED lights are on, shining on the pulse. So that's where all the blood are going through. So this one will be able to irradiate your blood when they passes through, and all the human blood will pass through here something about 46 seconds per cycle. So you can imagine for half an hour how many times your blood has been irradiated by the low light laser therapy. And another one is a Nikon point, that is the center of the wrist, where the Chinese acupuncture, they call it Nikon point, right? When you stimulate this particular point, it will open up all the 361 acupressure points throughout your body. Now this one, honestly, I don't believe that this particular one could be so effective. Just one point, because as far as acupuncture is concerned, if you want to stimulate that particular point for a certain reason, you just put in a needle and then you sort of roll it around, or you attach it to a pulsating meter that will put the pulse through the needle. It will shake, then it will stimulate that particular point for that particular organ or whatever. But in this case, how I found out that this acupressure point is actually effective is my own personal experience. I was with a friend, and he is a commissioner of police in KL. So he brought a friend to see me for lunch together. So I wanted to introduce this product to him, to my friend. So I asked my friend to wear this while we are having coffee and all that. So he says, Billy, why don't you just try it on this friend of mine, this Mr. Ng? Yeah. So I said, okay. So he was not introduced to me as whoever he is. He was not introduced to me like that. He just says it's Mr. Ng. So I say, okay, Mr. Ng, you like to try? I say, okay. So I put it on. After about 10-15 minutes, this Mr. Ng suddenly look at me and says, hey, Billy, this is a fantastic device, man. So I says, actually, it was a very early stage of my promoting this device. So I says, Mr. Ng, why you say that this is a fantastic device? Because you just wait for about 15 minutes. So I said, oh, you see, I can feel the chi that is flowing through my whole body, and it's very fast and it's very powerful. Oh, is it so? Then only my friend says, Billy, this Mr. Ng, he's the Qigong master. That's why I'm going to him for the last so many years to learn Qigong from him. He'll been practicing for about 50 years. Oh, then I know, wow, this one true. It's not joking, man. This guy really knows what he is feeling and talking about. So in this particular point itself, without any interventional devices like a needle being poked into that particular place, it can actually stimulate the flow of qi for the whole body, from head to toes, and every part of the body where there are acupressure points. That's a fantastic to learn as a pharmacist, to be honest. I don't know about acupuncture, but when it comes to somebody with authority to be able to tell you that, then you have got to take it on the surface. That is what it does. Okay, so that's how it's proven to you that is effective. It passed through all the 361 points. Because from my layman's knowledge, if you want to do a stimulation of 361 points, you have got to use 361 acupuncture needle to poke every hole that you have. Oh my God, it's a very traumatic experience. So in this case, you don't have to worry. There is no needle, there is no pain. It's very safe. It's not invasive. So you don't have to worry about that. No worry about infection or any hepatitis B because of the blood transfusion, no, or any contact point that you can cause you diseases to pass through your body. None. There is no points being broken, no skin being broken, nothing of that sort. So you are rest assured. So the next one is magnetic therapy. This magnetic therapy, as far as I read from the Indian magnetotherapy that I know and the Japanese one, right? When all the red blood corpuscles in our body, we have iron in it. So when the iron is magnetized, it becomes north and south pole. So when the same common pole approaches each other, it will repel. So when it repels, all your blood will be individualized as a cell by itself. It will not cling together or stick together. That's why it reduces the viscosity of the blood, and the blood will split up. So because the blood has been split up individually without being linked together, then you have protection of stroke and heart attack, right? Because if your blood clot together, move together as a bundle or strip together, 10 to 20 cells together, then the chances of you getting a stroke or a heart attack is much higher, right? So the viscosity of the blood is reduced that way. So your chances of stroke and heart attack will be tremendously reduced. But of course, it's not 100% that you will not get it, but only reduce your risk factor. That's all. Okay. Okay. Next one, please. This one is very simple. This is what they call Krebs cycle kind of thing. You take in water, carbon dioxide, they release the food that is metabolized with the enzyme. It produce the laser strike the mitochondria. It's a ATP, nitric oxide, and reactive oxygen. Okay, there is another chart in there where that due to the low light laser therapy striking on the mitochondria of the cells, it due to biostimulation, it will produce ATP. ATP is adenosine triphosphate. Now, the adenosine triphosphate is actually energy cell unit for that particular cell. A cell can have 10 ATP, 20 ATP, 50 ATP. So when you are aging, the amount of ATP in the cells will be reduced because of our metabolic activities have been further reduced. So this particular laser light will penetrate 5 to 6 cm into the body. So when the blood passes through your pulse point where the laser light, the laser wash is worn, it will irradiate the mitochondria in all the cells to produce adenosine triphosphate. So the more adenosine triphosphate is produced due to the stimulation of the enzyme in the mitochondria, it will enhance your energy in your body as well as the cell. The more ATP you have in the cell, the more energized the cell is. That means the whole organism, that means whole organism means us as a human being, will be more energetic and more alive, and the cell life will be extended. You see, so the quality of cell life is better. The extent of cell life is also extended. Now, the second one that is produced by this biostimulation is nitric oxide. Nitric oxide is actually a vasodilator. Now, vasodilator means it opens up your blood vessel. Now, you can just imagine a simple layman's explanation. I will try to use as layman language as possible, as not to make you people confused, because I suppose not everybody is science based. So, okay, very simple. If you use a watering pipe, which is say 1 cm across diameter, and you pump water to it, you'll be able to water your plant, right? With more power. But if you use the same water source and the same pressure that is going to, and you use a bigger pipe that is about say 1 inch diameter, then the water pressure coming out from the other end of the pipe will be much less. That's how the nitric oxide will be able to increase the lumen of the vessel, blood vessel, it to be bigger. That's vasodilator. So because of that, your blood flow will be easier. Your blood pressure will come down. That's how it helps patients who are using it with hypertension. Within 3 days to a week, you'll be able to see that your blood pressure has been reduced. So for those who are using this laser, please monitor your blood pressure carefully. If it comes down too low, you may need to adjust your medicine if you are a hypertensive patient. So you may reduce half or whatever, but the best way, if you already reduce so much, consult your health professional, like your family doctor or your pharmacist. So what you need to do next, right? That's very important, because if you have too low a pressure, yeah, you call it hypotension, not hypertension, hypotension, HYPO. The hypotension can cause you to be giddy. Giddy means gong gong. You may even have a lightheadedness. You may even fall. Yeah. You may have poor judgment, because when there is a lack of pressure going through your brain tends to be not so effective, so sensitive and effective. So you may lose your balance and fall. And it is very crucial you should not fall at whatever age, especially if you are above 50. It can cause fatality. It can cause fatality, or you may even be crippled by that. So be very careful. The hypotension is very important. Now, if you have hypotension, first thing, your blood will drop. You will feel very weak. You feel very tired, right? And also your blood circulation is not good. So what will happen? A lot of numbness will come in. Edema will come in. Your dementia can come. All kinds of things will come in. So you need to regularize that. Now, if you use laser wash for say another week or two and drink a lot of warm water in between, you will be able to stabilize your blood pressure eventually. So you don't have to really worry about it. Okay. So the next one is reactive oxygen species that is also produced by the stimulation of the mitochondria, the cells. It will carry oxygen to all parts of your body. Now, in order to get all oxygen to all cells of the body, that's why we are talking about cellular level. It means each individual cells. Is not talking of organ, individual cells. Now, as far as this circulation of oxygen to all parts of the body, it means every part of the body with capillaries or whatever, they all be nourished with oxygen. You can imagine the whole body will be very energetic and very alert. That is very important. So what does actually the function of the blood is very simple. There's only two things the function of the blood. One, detoxify your body, right? That means it takes the dirty stuff from your body and take it out as a waste, in terms of sweat, in terms of shit, in terms of urine, yeah. So breath, in terms of your breathing. This is where all the toxins from the body are excreted out from your body, and that is done by blood circulation, right? Blood circulation. So that is what the blood does. It detoxifies the body. So what's the next thing the blood does? It's very simple. Nourish the body. That means it takes all the oxygen and nutrient to all parts of the body, to all parts of the organ, to nourish it and to make it healthier. And the last part of it that actually been done by this low light laser therapy, next one please, is another very important fundamental thing. It's called stem cells. Now, the stem cells in every organ is different. You have stem cells for the heart, stem cells for the kidney, you have stem cells for your lungs, you have stem cells for your eyes, things like that. Now, this low light laser therapy will be able to stimulate this production of stem cells in the various organ, the individual organ, right, to produce new stem cells to replace those old aging stem cells. So your organ will revive to be better and more efficient. So in that respect, if all the organs become efficient, you as an organism totally will become healthier. That's very simple explanation. So as far as ATP is concerned, this chart shows when we age, the ATP reduces. And also because of our lifestyle, because sometimes you sleep very late, we are very stressed, you have no time for exercise, you have no time for aerobic exercise, you don't breathe well, you smoke a lot, you drink whiskey a lot, try to drink anything above 18 years or 25 years, don't drink the 12 years, a lot of imitation, okay? All right, so you take a lot of durian, that kind of thing. So it actually affects your health, right? Most people overeat, right? So, and overstress because of the nature of the lifestyle created all this problem of production of ATP in the body. And when the ATP level has been reduced, you will have a lot of pain and aches and tiredness, and you become old, age prematurely. So when you have more ATP because of the biostimulation due to low laser therapy in your mitochondria in the blood that goes through by irradiation, by low light laser therapy, you are able to produce ATP tremendously in that level and increase it tremendously. Your body in terms of be very healthy and be very youthful and energetic. That is a proof to me. My health over the 6 months I've been using this device has improved tremendously. Really, honestly, I'm one who really abused my body. I really enjoy life. I do all the best things in life. I really enjoy and very happy man. I do the best, I eat the best, I drink the best, I travel the best, everything I do the best. So I, at the expense of that, my health suffers. So I have no time to take care of my health. So my health suffers. So when I had this device, I've been using it and it has helped me really beyond my comprehension that I can be revived so much, right? In terms of my quality of life, right? And I also dropped about 8 kg, 8 kilos. It's fantastic. Yeah, I don't diet. I just eat the same, do the same. But life-wise, in terms of the quality of life that I'm living, is so much better. And that I attest to you, all the friends that have bought from me over this 6 months period that I've been promoting this device, all of them has been more than happy with this device in many forms, which I will tell you gradually. Okay, come next to it. Next slide, please. Okay. Now, in terms of this, the before and after, actually, all of us, anybody who are above, say, 30, 40 years old, if you do a live blood test, which I've seen with my own eyes, all of us will have blood that are linking to each other, like chachin or what they call like worms, all linked together. Now, you have this kind of blood on the left, then you definitely suffers with a lot of health problems. Right. First thing, the percentage of getting a stroke and a heart attack is high because of this accumulated blood together. Then you will definitely have a lot of pains and aches at your extremities. That means your legs, your bones, your joints. This because of blood flow is been impeded. So you will have this numbness of hand, pain like rheumatism, arthritis, kind of thing will come in because of lack of nutrition to the parts, right? So because of that, you may need to take a lot of medication, which will in turn cause more side effect, right? So that is even worse. You're adding more problems to your own self, creating more health condition problems. So When all these are linked together, they will clot in certain areas where they move around. So the blood circulation will be very much impeded. And when they come to clot together in that particular area where there are arteriosclerotic arteries, where there are formation of plaques in that vessel, then you will block the whole place. Then you end up with a heart attack. Okay, so that's where it's very important. And if you use this, when you first saw this, your blood all link up together, you wear this wash on the left wrist, put the nasal prop into your nose, you use it for half an hour at default setting. I assure you, after when you come out, you do another blood test, your own blood test. Next slide, please, to show what happened. Okay, now this is interesting. This is after the half an hour wearing of the watch. Now, you see all the blood is all splintered up. This is due to medical therapy. It's able to open up all the cells. And look at all the oxygen on the cell. Every individual one is carrying oxygen molecules. So all this blood is going to every part of your body. And every part of your body will be able to regenerate new energy because of this. And you'll be very healthy. Blood flow will increase. Your pain and aches will go off. Your inflammation will go down. This is a fantastic thing. And this is not because of what we call photo fixing. This is proof. Now, you need to believe me to do this test yourself, if possible. If you're coming for any of the meeting that the company is conducting, please do this live blood test yourself to see for yourself that this is actually what happened. And every one of them will have this happen. In fact, I was in Sungai Petani in one of the meetings earlier part of the my doing this business. I have a guy, a Chinese guy, which is about 30 odd years old, sitting on my right. And I already done my blood test anyway. So he comes over and he did this blood test. When he did this blood test, his was even much worse than the one shown on the left, the before blood, the picture. Now his was all crumbled together, big clot, no? So I look at him. I says, "Hey, brother, young man, I think you better be careful, huh? The way I look at your blood, I can tell you, you are definitely heading for a heart attack." You know what he told me? Of course, he called me uncle. I'm a very old man already, you see. So I said, "Uncle, to be very frank, I already had my heart attack. That's why I came. They asked me to come because I got a heart attack." "Oh, I see. Then okay lah. You better buy lah." So he bought on the insistence of me. It's not my people. It's other people, but I advise him as a professional. You better use this. Otherwise, you will be heading for another heart attack for sure. So he bought it on that night itself in Sungai Petani. Okay. Okay, next one, please. Yeah. So it's very important to make sure that your blood is on like the after thing, right? Okay. Yeah, next one. So this is this is interesting. In fact, I'm looking at this picture first time with this oxygen. Yeah, is the mask looks like the mask that they're wearing for COVID-19. Yeah. Anyway, talking about COVID-19, this device we're able to the low light laser therapy has been proven to be able to kill virus, bacteria, and fungi in the blood. Now, the real experience I had is because COVID-19 is not just the only virus that we are facing. In fact, we are facing virus every day in our life, all forms and all types of bacteria and fungi. Now, for example, dengue fever. Right? Dengue fever has been with us for so long. Malaria has been with us for so long. Right? We still live with it. There are many people who die. In fact, there are more people who died from dengue fever in Malaysia today than COVID-19. Right? But we are not so scary or so fearful about it. But the COVID-19 is something very new. There's a lot of information which we are not aware, and it is highly infectious. That's why we are very scared of it. Now, by using this IM laser, you can actually improve your immunity system in the body. So when your improved immunity system in the body comes about, you are not worried about any bacteria or any virus or any fungus that is coming to your body. You're not worried because if your immune system is highly efficient, all those lymphocytes, phagocytes, pneumocytes will be able to kill off whatever bacteria, virus that comes into the blood in your body. you will be able to kill them off and overcome them. And to give you an example, there is one of my own relative. He's one of the first that I sold a unit to IM laser to him. He was having fever for about 10 days in the house. He is staying in KL, Montclair, rich bugger, right? He has having fever for 10 days. He has seen the general practitioner GP twice. He has been given Panadol and that's all, and stay at home. And then when I went down to KL, I called him out of courtesy as a relative. He says, "Hello, how are you?" So he says, no good lah. I have this fever for 10 days already. Then, I see the doctor twice. They just give me Panadol and nothing else. So, to be honest, I'm quite experienced, guys, because I worked in the hospital for a few years and I in charge of a lot of medical companies in the world as a regional Asia Pacific regional director for pharmacy before. So, with my experience, first thing I ask him is, "Hey, you look around in the body, is there any red spots, rashes on your legs or your arms?" So he said, "Wait, I look. Oh, my legs, all my around my ankle, my lower limb, got red spots." So he said, "It looks like blood, right?" He said, "Yeah." I said, "Okay, you do one thing for me. You don't see any doctor outside. You ask your doctor, take you to General Hospital KL now. Don't see any doctor. Go now. I think you got dengue." So he listened to me and he went. And the first thing he went, they already put him inside, do the test, confirm dengue fever. So can you imagine if he has dengue fever for 10 days and he do not have his IM laser with him and using it 2 or 3 times a day, I bet with you, he would have been dead. Honestly, he would have been dead. But he has been consistently using this for IM laser device, Ventrose IM laser device, 2-3 times a day without fail. So when he was admitted, in fact, normally when you have dengue fever, you'll be admitted for quite a number of days because they will find that your blood platelet has come down, your blood platelet is broken because it's called hemorrhagic fever, right? When a hemorrhagic fever means hemorrhaging of the cells and the body parts. So in this case, you know what happened to him? They did not do anything to him. He is still using the device when he was in the hospital. They just gave him a drip, and 2 days after he was discharged. So to me, I know what happened. If not for this IM laser, my relative would have, be wherever lah, but definitely not here lah. Yeah. So this IM laser has actually helped him to overcome dengue fever. And dengue fever, as far as I'm concerned, there is no particular treatment. It's basically to make sure that you are healthy, you are what they call hydrated well. That's it. And then your body immunity system fight it yourself. So this case is a true case history. So this is how Ventrose IM laser has helped a person with dengue fever, right? And he recovered 2 days after he came back, and now he's well. And not just this, in fact, he has other medical condition which I will relate to you when we go down the road. Okay, next one. This before and after treatment microcirculation. Yeah. Now in this particular case, when we look at your capillaries in your fingers, you will see the blood are sluggish. It will flow slowly, before treatment. So this is how your blood will flow after using the IM laser so fast. And this is proof. This is not hearsay. When you do a microscope check on your capillaries on your fingers, you will see sluggish blood flowing. So you'll use your IM laser for half an hour. After that, you do another test. This is what happened. So this blood circulation improved tremendously. And this is all proven. So when you look at the device, the response, the efficacy of the device to your body, then you will understand why I am so passionate to produce, to promote and to share this device with all my friends. It will definitely help them, and there are real tremendous effect. The recovery of certain illnesses is way beyond my understanding. To be very honest, I don't expect a lot of things that had happened over the 6 months for my friends and myself. Okay, so this is about circulation. So the blood circulation improved, the metabolism improved. Because of the metabolism improved, the burning of the blood sugar improved. You bring down the blood sugar in the blood, diabetic will improve. That is for sure. Because of the metabolic activities has improved, they burn up more sugar in your blood. So because of that, your diabetic control will definitely improve. So diabetic patient, be informed. This will definitely help you in your diabetic condition. Okay. All right. Next one. Where are we next? Okay. Blood circulation done before and after. Okay. Lung meridian. This is because of the COVID is supposed to affect your lung. Okay. Talking of lung, apart from just COVID, now I have occasion to meet one of my downline's sister in Moa. She has been suffering from asthma from young age until she is about 63, right? So when I met her brother is selling second-hand cars in Moa. So he says, "Ayo, this sister of mine is a headache for me, man. Every time she called, I got to rush home and take her to see a doctor, either to use the nebulizer or to pump injection straight away. She had a bad asthmatic attack. So it happens once or twice a week, and that is every week. So he says, Sim, can this device help? I says, honestly, it should help lah, but how much it can help your sister? I'm a very honest, frank person. I do not lie. I prefer not to sell than to lie. So I'll tell them honestly, I have no experience with asthma. But for sinusitis, for allergic rhinitis, for allergy, yes, it's very good. But for asthmatic patient, sorry, I don't know, but can try lah. So okay. So he brought me home to the sister. That was an evening. And I says, okay, sister, this is good for you. You try and all that. Says, okay, I try. So while she was wearing it for half an hour, after that half an hour, she told me, Mr. Billy, I can breathe very easily now. I says, you feel good? I say, yeah, I feel good. Can you just try to take a deep breath, just to try to suck out as much air as you can with your lungs and hold? And she did that, and she managed to do that and held the breath for some time, which I'm surprised because normally asthmatic patient can't do that. Their breath is very shallow. They cannot deep very deep and hold the breath. They can't. So she did that straight away. And she feel, I feel good. I feel very light. I can breathe very well. I said, great. So she bought one straight away from me. And I went back that was just before the Chinese New Year of this year. That is mid of February. So I came back after about a week. The brother who is my friend's downline called me up. Hey, Billy, I want to tell you something. My sister, since the day she has used this device, has never seen any doctor at all. And moreover, instead of using two devices, two puffer a day, now she not even use it at times and no medication at all. Oi, so great. And true enough, it is that great for asthmatic patient. So if you are asthmatic, this device is fantastic for you because it will save you a lot of suffering and a lot of medication, and those medication have tremendous side effect. So it will save you a lot of side effect at the same time. And I will tell you honestly, as an asthmatic patient, if you are, it's just like what I always say in Hokkien, Kim Hu Bo Chui, means to say, you take out the goldfish from the aquarium and put it on the table. See how the fish jump. It's a terrible feeling. There's no air into your lung. You can't breathe. It's just like dying off. Somebody is strangling you. So it's a very, very painful affliction. In fact, if you have severe asthmatic condition, and you will die because of it. So be very careful. This device will definitely help you as an asthmatic. Okay, you can always try. Asthmatic patients, sinus problem patients who got allergic rhinitis. Please try it. I can assure you, after half an hour using this device, you will be able to breathe fantastically. In fact, there is Datin who bought worked for me, and she used it. After half an hour, she told me, wow, it's just like after half an hour, I'm in the forest breathing fresh air, man. So good. Wow, that's how she described to me. In a forest, breathing in fresh air. Just after half an hour. So it's a fantastic device. I am telling you all this from my personal experience, and all these are true stories. I do not mention any names because all these are prominent people. They do not want to be, known for whatever reason. So I understand. I respect their secrecy. I respect that. Yeah. So okay, next please. Any more? Okay. So ninolite, nitric. Okay, nitric oxide. This nitric oxide actually, as I says, is a vasodilator. At the same time, it's a very powerful anti-inflammatory at the same time. So if you use this device on swelling and pain and all that, it will take off your pain and swelling very fast. So I have seen people who have suffered from gout with a swollen ankle, and a friend of mine, in fact, my classmate, he came to my pharmacy looking for treatment from me. In fact, in Star, a lot of people come and see me for a lot of illnesses. He jumped, he actually hopped into my pharmacy and says, Billy, can you help me with my ankle? It's swollen like a miku. A miku is like a Chinese sampling, that kind of thing, big, swollen leg, red. So in fact, what he did was he was coming down the stairs. Instead of step by step, he went through 3 steps in one go. So he slipped. So he was all swollen. He came in. So in fact, my purpose was to try out this device. How good is this device? Or in whatever condition I would like to try. I'm very, very, how you call it, like to try on everything to see for myself what actually this device can do. So I said, okay, his name is Mr. Tan. He says, you sit at the side. I just put this device on your ankle. You sit for 40 minutes. Let's see what happens. So while he was sitting, I was talking to him, all this is A, B, C, D, and all that. After 40 minutes, I said, okay, I took off the whole watch from this ankle. Can you imagine? The swelling has subsided totally and he has no pain. He walked out from my pharmacy as normal. And that is a fantastic experience I have. Apart from that, my own pharmacist, yeah, she has a toothache one day and she says, Uncle, I'd like to take some paracetamol because I have a toothache. I says, look here, you try this on your toothache, you put it on your cheek where the pain is, half an hour, let's see what happens. And true enough, the toothache is gone. The swelling has gone down on the gum, the pain has gone off. So to me, this is a fantastic device. Man. I, as a pharmacist, I only believe in a medication to treat this condition. But here you are, no medication, just the device on that particular affected part, and the pain is gone, the swelling is gone. How tremendous and feeling is that? It's a fantastic one. And to not only do that, there are people who got fibrosis and who got these fibroids in certain areas and even cysts at their pimples and all that. When they use this device directly onto that area, it actually liquefies the fat and the tissues where the fat are in the fibroids, and it drain away, and the swelling goes down, and the cysts disappeared. It's way beyond my comprehension how it could happen, but it actually happened. So if you want to do that and try it, you can use it. But of course, they were not. I was not told that you should not be using it that way, lah, to put it on that area where the swelling is. But I can tell you, as far as skeletal muscular skeletal problem is concerned, I can tell you 100% it is very effective. Why? I'm suffering from osteoarthritis for about 40 years because I have been a very active guy. I do a lot of running for the school. I play a lot of games, and I do a lot of martial arts over when I was young. Yeah, I did for maybe 20 years. Yeah, all kinds of arts. So, langkong, puatang sai one Okay. So because of that, I suffered this osteoarthritis in my early 30s already, confirmed. And I having this pain and ache 24 hours a day for the last 40 years. But I do not want to take any medication because I do not want to have the side effects associated with the medication for pain. So I suffered quietly. I do not tell anybody. So when this thing came in, I tried on myself. I put the whole watch onto my knee, uh, 40 minutes, 4 bars on each side of the dimple of the knee and at the back of the knee. So actually 3 spots, 40 minutes, 40 minutes, 40 minutes, 2 cycle, right? 2 cycle completely. Can you imagine just after the 2 cycle? Now it's been already more than 5 months. My osteoarthritis has no pain totally, which I cannot believe because it's next to impossible. But it does that to me. So with that, I'm fully committed that this device is a fantastic device, man. You can do that for me. I'm sure you can do a lot of this to a lot of people who are suffering from knee problem. Because anybody who are above 50, for example, today, you ask your relatives and whoever around you, if they are 50 and above and they are actively in their life, I can assure you lah, they sure have knee problem. Sure got knee problem. It's like the 21st century trend now. People boast about their knee, full total knee replacement therapy. They go and replace their knee, the whole knee, right, with the artificial one. Maybe it's some are stainless steel, some are titanium, or chrome, whatever lah. Then they will come and show off. You see, my knee, it costs 16,000, done in Island Hospital by this Dr. Robert, whatever, yeah, or another one, Glen Eagle. I spent 26,000 for this, for one piece because this is the latest one. Another one will be in whatever hospital, 45,000. There's even one with 50,000 in Bangkok Hospital, right? In Bangkok, American Hospital. So it's a trend, like it's a show off. I have the better knee than you. So in this respect, if you have a knee problem, please try this device. Try it with a very open mind. If you do it, say like what I told you, just one day, I can guarantee you your pain factor, say 1 to 10, when you first started is about 8. After one day, like what I did for you, what I told you, 2 sessions on each area, twice 2 cycle, it will reduce to probably 2 or 0. Then you come and tell me that's how good it is. You see? So that is what it can do for you. The nitric oxide is a fantastic anti-inflammatory and pain reliever, especially for neuromuscular problem. That is very effective. Okay, so in fact, this device, it claims that it can do a lot of wonders in terms of restore cell functions, growth and repair, and cell absorption, increase metabolic activities. Because you can see one guy who came and spoke about his experience. He was 177 kg. 177 kg is a few hundred pounds, very fat, and he's diabetic. He could not walk because his legs are all swollen up and have a lot of edema and eczema at the same time, and he could not exercise. So he was in a dire condition. So when somebody introduced this to him and he was start using it, he recovered his strength in about few weeks to a month. Then he start jogging, he exercised and all that. After about 8 months, he showed us that his pants is about half the size of what it was, and his weight has come down to 141 kg. That means he lost about 36 kg in 8 months, and that's how good the device is. So that is the testimony that I gone through and I saw, and I am very impressed with it, honestly. So you can definitely do that. It accelerated healing process, anti-inflammatory, as I says, stimulate nerve function. Okay, stimulate nerve function is something very interesting. Like, for example, you have seen a lot of patients with Parkinsonism, right? They shake their hands, their wrists, their neck, whatever, or their head, they cannot control. It's a nerve problem. So If you use this on that patient just for half an hour with the nasal line put on the nose, right? After half an hour, the shaking stops or reduce by maybe 80-90%. Can you imagine that? 80-90% of Parkinson's shaking stop. That's fantastic, man. That's how I sell to doctors who are having this. Let them try. Immediately they see the results. I sold to a lady, it's about 82 years old, in section 14, SS14 in PJ. She's having a very severe attack. When I first arrived, she was perfectly mild, normal. She was doing sewing and all that. And then I said, okay, auntie, hey, Abba, don't tell me anything. No, I'm okay. Look at me, I'm okay. I said, good. So she was doing her sewing. I was talking to the husband, which is 92 years old, a colonel in the army before, retired. So while talking to her about 15 minutes, this auntie Parkinsonism's attack came. She was lifting her shoulder very violently, And then I said, uncle, can I put auntie and let her try? Yes, yes. You look at auntie, she's having the attack now. I said, okay, good. So I tried. I put it on her wrist, and I asked the servant, the Indonesian maid, to hold the nasal prop in the nose because it will drop off. She was shaking so violently. And after half an hour, surprise to me and the whole family, it just stopped. It just stopped. So what did the uncle did? He just stood up from his chair. He walked over to the cabinet. He took out his checkbook from OCBC, and then he came and sat next to me and says, Abba, what is your name? I wrote down my name. My name is Simpun Chuan. Okay. How much is it? 3,008. Okay. He wrote the check and paid it off for me. Thank you very much, Abba. I'm very happy. Just imagine that when you see the results by the particular patient, you do not have to promote to them to buy. They will have got to buy from you, right? So that was my experience. And I even sold to a doctor, a senior doctor, GP, about 75 years old. He can't even hold his handphone. He will drop off. So he did not pick my calls. After when he used this device for about 2 weeks, he'll be able to call the friend who has given to him this device and say thank you. It's a fantastic thing. It's a very interesting feeling to have people who are very grateful to you after you have introduced them this device, and they call back and says thank you. So this is a very interesting business to do, and I'm very passionate about it, and I really go all out and go all around the world. I mean, not the world, like all around Malaysia, to see all my old friends, which I unable to do so or lazy to do so over the years because I'm very busy doing other things, charity and all that overseas. So now I got the chance to go around to see them as old friends and to recommend them something good for themselves, to help them in their twilight zone years, you see. So this is a fantastic device. Okay, next. What else have we got? Okay, this device actually, just now I spoke about this. This is about the laser striking on the mitochondria of the cells due to biostimulation. It can produce ATP, adenosine triphosphate, nitric oxide, reactive oxygen species, and stem cells. That stem cells will be able to revive your organs in every part of the body. So, for example, like kidney dialysis patient. Kidney dialysis patient is an end-stage kidney failure, chronic kidney failure. So their creatinine is usually very high because of the toxicity that they cannot remove by the kidney. So they have got to do dialysis 3 times a week. Every each session, alternate days, one session is 4 hours. So normally when they finish the 4 hours of dialysis, they will be so tired and they just want to go home and sleep. Don't talk about anything, go home and sleep. That's what they do. So can you imagine you have only 7 days a week? Alternate days you got to spend 4 hours in the chair to do dialysis, and after which you cannot do anything except you rest because your body is too exhausted. Now, I sold this device to one good friend of mine, a lady who is 60, about 61. So the husband has this end-stage kidney chronic disease, so on dialysis, and he has gone down a lot of weight. And then at the same time, he's very tired most of the time. So she actually bought this device because of me and let the husband use. So after about 4 days, as a friend. I just popped into the house and says, how is Aheng? The husband. The husband says, hey, good lah. I look at him and say, yeah, you look very changing, very, very active. Your face and all that feel very good. Yeah. I don't feel tired anymore. I finished my dialysis. I can watch TV. I can go to the supermarket. That was before the MCO lah. So I can go to the supermarket and walk around and buy things and do shopping and all that. After the dialysis, before that I can't. He said, the moment I finish, I tell my wife, you take me home. I want to sleep already. And that's what happened to him. Okay. So apart from that, you know what he told me? I'm very happy, but you should ask your friend. She is happier than me. Hey, there's something interesting. I said, what do you mean by happier than you? Hey, you ask her. So I call her and says, hey, Heng was saying that something you did that you're feeling good. Say, yeah, actually, I have been suffering from tinnitus. There's a ringing in the ear. So because of ringing in the ear, you have difficulty of hearing. At the same time, you may even go into depression if it's too long, right? So as far as tinnitus is concerned, medically, there is nothing you can do. You can ask any doctor. They cannot do anything, right? So you ask a pharmacist, maybe can do something lah. If you ask me, yes, I will tell you take Zico biloba, right? It can help tinnitus. Okay. So what she did was she put the wash on the left wrist. Instead of putting the nasal prop into her nose, she put it into her ear canal, right? Into her ear. And she did that twice a day. 2 on the wrist, 2 on the ear. So after 3 days, she discovered that her tinnitus is gone. Just imagine that, just 3 days, gone. Oh, I feel wonderfully delighted for her. I mean, as a friend, and she is so happy. So there's something medically you cannot do anything, but it can be reversed using IM laser. Another fantastic thing I discovered is a lady who bought from me asked me a question. Can this help her daughter, who is 21 years old, from University Pertanian Malaysia, University, right? She's having hyperhidrosis of her hands. She clasps her hand, you can actually see sweat dropping off from the hand. There's sweat in the hand, very, very watery hands and all that. As far as medically is concerned, there is no known treatment and the etiology is not known. Most of the doctors will treat you as what they call psychiatric cases. They will have anxiety drug, things like that, make you more calm. So because of nervous, you've been nervous and stressed, that's why you get the sweat and all that. But actually, there is no specific treatment. Now, this lady came back to the house, and when the mother asked me, I said, sorry, honestly, I cannot tell you anything because I have no experience. And as far as I know, as a pharmacist, hyperhidrosis, there is no treatment. Period. No treatment. So she says like that. But she can use her. I said, no harm lah. Let her use her. After you already got the device, there's nothing wrong. If she use her, even if she doesn't have hyperhidrosis, at least she will help in other ways. She'll be more alert in the studies, improve the brain capacity, that kind of thing. Oh, like that. Okay, I let her use. So when she came back from her semester break, the mother asked her to use. And she used it for 3 days. Can you imagine the mother coming so delighted? Billy, I want to tell you something. My daughter hyperhidrosis gone already. Her hands are all dried up. Oh, fantastic. There's something I discovered. Something new I discovered, that this device can actually do that. And you can see there is a list of actually 80 diseases in the book that we have to tell you that it can do all this A, B, C, D and all that. But all these are not listed here, some of them, which are a real surprise to me, because as a pharmacist and understanding the workings of what it is, it actually goes to the whole body. That's why I say it's whole body. Even the hair, can you imagine? Actually, the hair is a dead thing, right? It's a dead thing. So the follicles and all that are, of course, alive. The hair as itself is dead. But can you imagine a friend's wife who is having a tremendously beautiful gray hair, Chinese, tremendously beautiful gray hair, whole head all white. She used it for about a month. Black hair start coming out. She fired me. Can you imagine that? She fired me. She's staying in Melbourne, actually. Hey, Billy, you are terrible. Look at my hair now. Everywhere got black coming out. From gray hair to black hair. Fantastic. But Of course, she would like to maintain her white hair lah, or the silver look. You see. But that the experiences I have. It's all true story. You want to really see the people, well, you can. I'm always there to bring you to see them and let them tell them their experience themselves. Yeah. So actually, it can do wonders. So basically, it can help erectile dysfunction for men. Now, it's not because I hear say, I personally experience it because I'm also diabetic, I'm also hypertensive, and I'm on medication. So anybody usually on hypertensive medication and diabetic together, the comorbidity of these diseases will definitely make you having erectile dysfunction. That is as sure as daylight will come out every morning. That's for sure. So as a man, they will definitely feel a bit down, a bit down in terms of mentally as well as physically, right? So this device can definitely help you if you use it consistently. Don't use it one month twice. It won't help you. You're going to use it daily, consistently, 2-3 times a day, just on the nasal line. I can assure you your ED will improve tremendously. Improve tremendously, not in the sense that it can function like when you are 21 years old or when 18 years old, when the wind blows by, you're already up. Okay, but it will definitely help you. That I can tell you for sure. That's for erectile dysfunction. And people who got eye problem can also help. For example, you got glaucoma, you got macular detachment, you got retina atrophy, you got a lot of things in the eyes can be helped. I have a very powerful Indonesian parliamentary guy who came down sometime in November for my friend's anniversary dinner. We were staying together at East Hotel in Penang. And in the morning breakfast, we were together. So I was telling him about this and all that. Yang Muhammad, you try this. And so he has a friend. Okay, I try. Okay, try. So let him try. And we finished breakfast at about 9. So we are having lunch again at about 1. So I drove them there to my friend's place, a restaurant, and then we are sitting down, 2 table full of all the friends from Indonesia, from Medan, from Jakarta, and all that. Yeah, they're all there. And suddenly, this young Muhammad, he is actually a very powerful man, very close to the president himself. So he says, I rasa, he said in their bahasa Indonesian, oh, my eyes are very terang, very, very terang, very bright and very sharp. Really surprised this morning, Encik Billy, he let me use the device. It's very good. So he actually, the next morning before they left, he actually bought one from me. So I hope that with that seat in Indonesia, he should be able to start off, to kick off my Ventros business in Indonesia. Yeah, hopefully, God willing, that's what it says. Okay, now that is how good it is. And people who got, say, people who has Bell's palsy, cerebral palsy, stroke patients, yeah, I can see tremendous improvement in their mobility after, say, about 2 weeks, 3 weeks. And I have a few guys who are in Alosta who had a stroke 2-3 years, in between 4 years, and that. After using this device for about 5 days to a week, they shed some blood from the nose, coming out from the nose, clot blood. And they got worried. They called me and says, I think it's a good sign, something is happening. Carry on using it. And after about a week, they tell them that the face, if they have a slanted face, is improved to normal, and their mobility, their movement of the limbs and arms and all that improve fantastically. And that is for stroke patient. So that's how good this device is. It has proven to me that it has helped a lot of stroke patients. And people who got mobility problem, people who has prolapse disc, compressing of the nerves, people who has fallen down and paraplegic kind of thing. Now it will help them tremendously. And so either I got one Dato day before yesterday, I went to see him. He literally told me that on the 15th September 2016, That's a Malaysia day. While he was playing golf, he finally, after playing golf, sitting down, have a drink, he could not get up. He just could not get up. He cannot stand up because the prolapse of the disc compressed on the nerve. It was so bloody painful, he says. So he went down to the specialist center, do MRI, everything. The orthopedic surgeon says you need the surgery because it was compressed nerve because of prolapse of the disc. Okay. So he says, I do not want to go for operation. So I have been suffering this for about 3 over years. Until now, I'm still feeling the pain. So he actually showed me he has gone down a lot because of the pain, the stress in the body. So I said, okay, we are old friends. I said, okay, what's the problem? Where is it? All that. So I actually make him wear one on the wrist, 30 minutes onto his nose. And then I says, where is the pain? He showed me near the 6 and 7 lumbar vertebrae. So I put it there, another unit, 4 bars, 40 minutes. And after that session, I told him, okay, Matt, now you stand up. So he said, stand up. So he said, okay. So he took off the thing, then I took it off. He stand up now. He stood up. You know what? He turned around and told me, oi, is it because of the device? This is the first time I don't even feel pain when I stand up, man. For years, it's been paining me. This is the first time I stood up without pain. Can you imagine? Just 40 minutes. Oh, of course, he bought one. And he hasn't paid yet. He's going to pay me. He hasn't paid yet. So he has taken it. And the same evening after that, it was in the morning when I saw him. The same evening when he called me again, you know what he told me? He went for Semayang in the mosque. So they got to bow down, got to sit down and all that. He said, this is the first time I can get down and stand up without any pain at all. Really surprised. Say, it must be your device. I said, of course, it must be your device. You didn't do anything. So he's very, very happy. So that's how it has helped my friends. So I says, do not have doubt with this device. You can experiment with it. You experiment with all sorts and all kinds of illness that you face. And I can tell you, it's a wonderful product, and you can really get a lot of unexpected, delightful results. You see? So please bear with me, do that. And people who cannot sleep, if you are sleep deprived person because of your work and stress, I have friends who have been wearing it in front of me. 15-20 minutes into wearing it, already yawning and very sleepy, very tired, cannot open their eyes while I'm talking to them. Can you imagine? So that device actually tells you that your body needs rest to recuperate. You are too stressed. Your body is under tremendous stress. So you are sleep deprived. So you need to rest. So my friend, the one who's feeling so sleepy, will ask, why like that? Why suddenly I was okay before you came? I'm okay. Well, I'm just totally all right now. I feel very sleepy. I can't even open my eyes. And you are talking to me. I'm like sleeping already. So I said, yes, that device wants you to sleep. Why you want you to sleep is because they want to revive your body again. Because you're overstressed and you are so sleep deprived that you need to sleep now. So you better go and sleep. So that is it's important. And those people who have insomnia, give yourself about a week. It should be able to help you tremendously. You probably may not need anti-tranquilizers anymore to sleep from that onwards. So that's about it. Wrinkles, especially for the ladies and men, like aged people, uncle like me, we can actually use this device with the silicone patch, the white thing, white round stuff, plasticky thing. Yeah, you put the prop inside there, and then after you wash your face, you put some moisturizing cream or anti-wrinkle cream, whatever, on the face, and then use it onto your face and put it out from there, inside out, so that you have a facelift. Within a month, you take another photograph, you can definitely see a lot of wonderful changes on your face. You become much younger. Okay, in fact, this particular device and this particular unit can be used for a lot of other areas too. May not be very, how you say it, not appropriate for me to tell you that. But Andrew may not be able to agree with me, but from my understanding from a device like that, what you can probably do for a lot of things, you can PM me, but do not PM me too late. please call me before 8:39. Don't call me at 11:45 last night. Oh my God, terrible. Please, my friends, I would love to help you all the time, anytime, but please let me rest. Do not call me after 8. Okay? Let me rest. Thank you very much. So, if anything, that's all I can share with you all. The selling price is actually 4,008. 3,008 is a member price, right? So you please buy this device for your own self to be healthy and share it and recommend it to your friends to make them healthy. And at the same time, in the process of making them healthy and keeping yourself healthy, now you can also change your financial situation in a time of financial crisis in this period of time, especially after the MCO, right? You can turn your life around by doing this business. It's a very, very lucrative business. You'll be surprised the amount of money that you can make from this. Okay, if you want to make more money, then you probably call Andrew or myself. I can explain to you, but I'm not alone. Please, okay. Thank you very much for listening to me. If there's any Q&A, please ask because Andrew is here. I'm here to help you all. Thank you very much for listening to me. Bye bye.
Okay, thank you, Billy. Any questions now? Any question on this device? Okay, someone is
Shingles.
asking. Yes.
Yeah. Okay. All right. As far as shingles is concerned, it's actually a virus. It is a virus. We call it hepatitis A shingles, right? Now you use it the normal way on the wrist into the nose, half an hour, 2-3 times a day, with drinking warm water before and after. You use it for a few months, then you go for blood test again, and you'll be surprised. A friend of mine who used it for 8 months, he actually had shingles. And after 8 months, when he went for the test is negative for hepatitis A shingles. So that answers your question. It definitely will help you. Thank you, Sunny. Look forward to see you, Sunny. Yeah, thank you. So I hope it answers your question about these shingles. It will definitely help you. That I'm very positive because I actually, the guy who told me that is a very close friend, and he has shown me his blood results. So I'm very positive about it. Okay, yeah. Okay. Any more? Thanks, Gujaran. Thank you, thank you. If I made any mistake, sorry, come and knock my head, Okay.
Any more questions?
Thank you,
Thank you so much, Billy, for your excellent sharing. A lot of testimonies. At least I hope that through his sharing, you all can start to understand what is this device all about and how it can help so many types of health issues. So since Billy is here, if you all do have questions, please ask. We seldom have a chance to invite Billy to come online to share with us. He is a very busy guy. So if you do have any question, please quickly ask. Psoriasis can help. Yes, it can help. Definitely psoriasis can help. Normally what you do is that you wear it on your wrist and nose, use 2 to 3 times per day, and make sure you drink sufficient water. Usually if you use it for continuously for 3 months and above, more or less you will see the improvement. Yeah, it is not inside the listing, but it does help because we have quite a lot of testimony on psoriasis. Usually psoriasis is related to your immune system. That is why when you use this IM laser device, it will actually boost up your immune system. Any more questions?
It's important to use it regularly and consistently. Don't use it once a week, then once a month, then you say no result. You must use it consistently so your body will build up immunity by itself gradually. It's not going to be overnight kind of thing. So it's going to help in your psoriasis as well as eczema patient. I've seen
Yes.
severe eczema with blisters and all that go down within 3 days. I can tell you. And with that particular guy has been treated in Singapore University in the skin department for the last 3 years, and nothing can be done until he used this wash. That it happens last year, just before Christmas on the 24th. He came back from Singapore. The mother called me. My son flare up very bad. So he sent the photographs to me. I look at it. I said, my God, can't be that bad. Man. So I said, okay, I courier the thing to you. You let him use it. So on Christmas Day, you receive it. He started using it. Within 3-4 days, the whole thing dried up. It's a marvelous recovery, honestly. Yeah. So a lot of diseases is not actually listed in the 80 illnesses that can be helped as printed by the company. But I can assure you, because this is a cellular level treatment, it treats the whole body. That's why a lot of illnesses has no etiology been known. Means to say the cause of the illness is not known. Why it is like that? Why it become like that? The medical world doesn't understand. So when you do not know the etiology of the illness, you cannot cure the illness. But this device can actually reverse it, which is really surprising to me. If you ask me, I could not believe a lot of things that I've seen myself. But since I've seen it and witnessed it myself personally, I cannot deny it or ignore it. It really happened. Hyperhidrosis, you bet with you could ask any doctors, can you treat hyperhidrosis? If he can treat, you come in and see me. Honestly, you just have to come and see me. I'll make him billionaire, man. But no way anybody can do it. But this device can do it. I just don't know how, but it does it. So have faith in the device. Right? Use it consistently. Then you will see a lot of wonderful recovery and changes in your life. That much I can tell you. Yeah. Any more illnesses? It's a chance for you to ask, my friend. Ask. No charges one. Normally you come to see me, I charge you. Here's how to solve
Okay.
the problem. Okay, you try to use this device at least 2 hours or 3 hours before your sleeping time, so it will calm your brain to be able to sleep. Do not use it just before sleeping, because if you use it just before sleeping, the blood circulation to your head will make you in fact more alert, and then you can't sleep. So try to use it the last time that you use this device on the wrist and the nose about 2-3 hours before sleeping every night. And if you actually cannot sleep, there are a few things you can do. You can add on the, I mean, as a pharmacist, I'm advise you as a pharmacist, right? Not as just a seller of a promoter of IM laser. You go and take this passion flower capsule, 2 capsules about 1 hour before sleeping. You drink warm milk before sleeping, and then you use the device 2 or 3 hours before sleeping. I believe if you use this, what I advise you to do, give yourself a week or two, you will be sleeping fantastically. Probably Ampa Aircot will come out. Yeah. Parkinson
Okay.
disease. Okay. Maybe, yeah. Andrew, answer on Parkinson.
Friend is suffering from Parkinson, but recently he is having vertigo as well. He has been using iron laser for a few months. Okay, usually if a person who has a more complication in health issues, the body actually itself will take care one things by itself. Vertigo, as I mentioned just now, Parkinson, always you have to wear it on your nose and on your wrist. And Parkinson, the best thing is that you will have to couple with medication as well. That it is more effective if you do that. And of course, for vertigo, what you can do is that, like what Billy has told you, you can do a target treatment on your ears as well, pointing the noses line on the ears as well. But if you do a target treatment on your ears, you have to switch it on to intensity of 4. Then it is more effective. And of course, if you use it for a few months, make sure you continue to use it. Some of the health issue depends on individual body condition. Some might take longer time. and you have to be patient on that. So you have to continue using it. And for vertical, please do a target treatment on your ears as well. Intensity of 4. Yeah. Glaucoma. My downline use IM laser, the pressure in his eye seems to go out. He is afraid to use the IM laser now. What should I advise him? Now, usually, if you do have glaucoma issues, may I know what is the intensity that he is using? If he is using intensity of 3, then you feel that the pressure is having in the eyes, then the best way I can advise your friend is that you reduce the intensity to 2 bars 20 minutes, so that it will give him some time to slowly use this device, maybe because he started with too strong, 3 bars 30 minutes might be too strong for him, so he will have this type of pressure in the eyes go up. He will have this type of situation. But what you should advise him to that you can reduce the intensity and continue using it. It will take time for it to reduce the condition, to improve the condition. As I mentioned just now, a lot of things that Billy shared, some of them might see the result very fast, within few days. Some of them might not. Some of them, a lot of the situation, mostly a lot of situation, you will need certain times for your own body to do the job by itself. So it will take longer time for a majority of the people. You have to be patient on that. Yeah. Passion flower brand. Okay. Okay. Then if for Google, okay, has anxiety issues on medication. She mentioned she couldn't sleep well for a few nights and complained that I couldn't help her anxiety and anxiety related issues. Okay. Is she under medication at this moment, Jamie? Is she under any medication at this moment? Yes. And when did she use this IM laser? I mean, did she use it late at night or? Jamie, did she use it late at night or things like that? Usually what will happen is that for anxiety, it will helps, if you use this IM laser, it will actually helps to reduce, to relax yourself, your whole person to relax yourself. At the same time, if it is even under medication, if she is under medication, it will help to increase the efficacy of the medication. And if it still couldn't reduce her anxiety, then something might be in between, something is not right lah. Let's put it this way lah. Okay, if she has been facing any problems and things like that recently, is she facing any personal issue and things like that? If she keep thinking about it, of course, definitely it would not help in her anxiety lah. She will feel that her anxiety is not helping her emotional stress. Yeah, that is why you need to find out whether recently is she feeling the pressure or under a lot of stress. Just like recently, I also realized that a lot of people share with me before that, while they are having high blood pressure under medication, and after using the IM laser, it actually helps to bring down their pressure level, blood pressure level. But unfortunately, when MCO comes because they are worried about their income and they are worried about their job, all this unnecessary stress has actually increased a lot of the blood pressure for our customers. That is why a lot of people actually ask me, how come at this particular period my blood pressure also increased significantly? That is mainly because of your lifestyle. So if she is really under a lot of emotional stress, if you're using IM laser at the same time, IM laser will only helps to control the situation. The key is still, if you really want to recover from reduce your anxiety, the best way is make sure you manage your emotional stress, especially during this MCO period. Okay, that is my advice for her lah. And the most important thing is that she will still need to continue using it. If she is not using IM laser, it maybe her condition is even worse than before. Okay, that is why you still need to manage lah. Don't if you do have emotional stress, you need to do certain things so that you don't think about it all the time. Yeah. Anything? Any questions? Any more questions?
Stress.
If there is no more questions, then Billy, anything you want to add on before I close the meeting?
Thank you very much, everybody. Thank you, Andrew. Thank you for spending your time with me. I have sincerely tried to share whatever I know about the IM laser device, and I would advise everybody to use it consistently daily and recommend to your friends, relatives to help them in their health. And come and join us. This business is a wonderful business. Yeah, and I'm always there to help you all. If in case you have any problem, call me. I give you my number, or you can get my number anywhere. Yeah, you can call me. I'll be able to help you in your area where you have problems with your potential clients or yourself in terms of health and all that. Okay. Thank you very much, everybody, and let's meet up soon.
And of
Thanks.
course, thank
Andrew,
you,
thank you.
Billy, and thank you everyone for joining us. We will finish off the meeting today. Once again, a reminder to all of you, tomorrow, the VOO meeting will be held at 8:30 tomorrow night. It's a Mandarin. The sharing will be done by Mr. Lee. So don't forget, see you all again tomorrow at 8:30 p.m. Sharing by Mr. Lee in Mandarin. Thank you so much. And thank you, Billy. And
Thanks,